It is getting harder and harder now that I'm back at work to come home and want to do anything other than go to sleep. So we are 3 weeks into the school year, and I have yet to figure out how to balance my work life with writing. I feel like when I was working a crazy retail job, it was so much simpler. For some reason, I just feel like that. Like, this is part-time. Not all of my hours are spent working. I have a lot of downtime, but for some reason, I have not figured out balancing this world of writing and working. So my day starts pretty early. I have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning so that I can make it to work in time because I have a very long commute ahead of me due to transportation means. I get to work. I work for about 3 hours. Then I have a 4.5 hour break, about a 4.5 hour break in between. There's absolutely no reason for me to travel home because then I would have to figure out traveling back. So I just stay at the location. I stay there for the 4.5 hours, and you would think that I might be able to use that time to do some writing, but instead I use that time to sleep. Why do I use that time to sleep? Because after the 4.5 hours, I work another 3 hours, I get a ride home, I come home, and that is my time to wind down. Again, time that I could be used to be doing some work, some writing, and I'm not. Instead, I'm trying to wind down and curse the gods for making me a night owl, because unless my body is completely ready to shut down, I am not going to fall asleep early. I am up very late, past 10 o'clock, sometimes past 11. Oh, you guys, one time I was up until 1 o'clock in the morning when I have to be up at 4. So that is why that 4.5 hour break that I have in between my runs at work, I'm sleeping for at least 2.5 hours of that time because I'm exhausted. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have tried multiple times to try and sleep early at night. I have actually fallen asleep before early at night and then woken back up. So I don't know what to do. This balancing being back at work and writing is not working. I had 2 months where I did not have to work. 2 months where I could wake up whatever time of day I want and get whatever type of writing I wanted. I didn't have anything else pulling my focus. And now that I'm back at work, I'm trying to figure out how to manage the 6 hours of work that I'm doing with all this free time that I have to write that I don't want to use to actually write. And this is why I feel like I'm never going to find any real success in this, because I'm not putting in the work that needs to be put in. So that's my rant for this week. I was going to do a vlog for you guys. I had recorded a couple clips. I was going to do an entire vlog for you guys, but instead, most of my time was spent not doing what I needed to do. The weekend came and I was like, I can get work done on the weekend, but instead I just felt like I didn't want to do anything but lay around all day. And that's what I did. I laid around all day, Saturday and Sunday, because what is this author career that I apparently have that I think that I can have an author career and not actually do the author work? So yeah, that is going to be my goal going forward, is to figure out some type of writing routine or something, because the way things are going right now, it's not working. I have a lot of editing to do, stories that need to be written, and I'm not putting in the time, and I need to figure that out. So, yep, I'm not going to rant. I have nothing to say this week except for that, but I wanted to give you guys a video, so I'm going to end it here. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Taquanda Taylor. I am the author of the paranormal drama series, The Five Sisters. The first 3 books are available on Amazon right now, and book 4, Forced, will be coming very soon. And please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, comment below, and subscribe if you are not already subscribed. That's all I've got. I'm gonna rest now. Bye. Oh my God, I almost had a panic attack. Like, I almost lost my mind. So every so often I will shut down my laptop. Usually what I will do is I will literally just close the laptop down and just go about my day. But every so often I will shut it down just because I feel like the laptop's moving a little slower than what it should. And instead of me having to restart it or doing the restart when there's an update, I just will shut it down and give it a break. I shut it down last night. I didn't do a factory reset or anything. I didn't do a restart. I shut it down like I always do. I shut it down last night before I called it a night, and I just powered it up because I'm like, I want to get some work done. I just powered it up, and you guys, it was like I was looking at a brand new laptop. Like, my background wasn't on my desktop wallpaper. It wasn't up. None of the widgets on the side were up. I'm like, what is going on? And the crazy thing is, I still had to use my PIN number to log in. The lock screen was still the same, and it was connected to my Wi-Fi. However, nothing was on the screen. There was absolutely nothing. I opened the File Explorer and nothing was saved. Granted, I write in Google Docs, so all of my writing is saved, but everything else that I need is saved on this computer. My book cover files, like different things for my business, like all of that stuff is saved on the computer, and I opened it and it was all gone. I almost freaked out. I was like, nope, this can't be right. I shut it down again and just restarted it. Everything's back. I almost lost my mind. Absolutely almost lost my mind. Anyways, I struggle a lot with trying to balance working with writing. Now, granted, my job is not full-time, it's part-time. However, I am there for a big chunk of the day, even though I have several hours of downtime. So I need to try to figure out a way to work this out. I honestly don't really feel the pull to do any author-related work right now, but I'm going to try. I'm not going to force myself per se, because if you guys have been watching me for any length of time, then you know I don't like to force myself. I feel like when you force yourself, you're not going to really be putting your best foot forward. So I'm not going to force myself, but I'm going to give myself an hour to listen through the some of the Hood Diaries book 1. That's my project for this week. So I'm going to give myself about an hour to listen through that. If I feel like going longer, I'll go longer. If not, once that hour hits, I'm done. So I will let you guys know the progress when I come back. I'm just so glad that everything is here. Okay, so this is turning out to be a pretty quick read. Apparently, I might have already listened to this before because I'm not finding anything wrong. No errors. Everything is the way that it's supposed to be. So I don't know if I want to keep listening if there's nothing wrong with it, or if I want to figure out what else I'm going to do. I'm going to have to figure out something, because today was supposed to be, the hour for today was supposed to be spent on this book, but I'm pretty sure I've already listened to this book. So maybe I'll work on formatting it, or I can just jump right into control. Decisions. Okay, so the decision has been made. I have gone through TFS. Or not TFS, THD1. I've gone through that before. So that one doesn't need to be touched. There's probably like 15 minutes, something like that left in my timer for the hour, but I'm gonna call it. I was eating while I was listening to it, so now I'm tired. I just wanna go to sleep. But the plan now, I'm looking at my schedule. Since the Hood Diaries book 1, I don't need to touch that. It is time to go through the developmental edits for TFS 4. So that is what I will be looking at. I'm not going to do that today, but I will do it tomorrow, hopefully. Okay, so it is 6:25. I'm home. I was going to work, but I took some NyQuil last night. I should not have taken the NyQuil, but I took some NyQuil last night, and my body just does not feel like it wants to cooperate. So we're not going to. I can't focus enough to work on the edits, so I'm not, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, so I started the process of taking TFS4 from first person to third person. It's going to be a very, very tedious job that I'm going to admit I don't want to do, but it needs to be done. So we're going to do it, but I am going to call it a day. Yeah, I'm going to call it a day. We're going to end this here and I will come back to it tomorrow.